I represent a number of construction interests. Associated Builders and Contractors are commercial contractors. They are the contractors that build schools and banks and prisons and hospitals. So their interests are a little bit different than the residential contractor. I also represent the Surety Association, Florida Surety Association. They write payment and performance bonds for large contractors and large projects. And I represent Builders Notice Corporation. They're involved with construction lien notices. So for my construction clients, those are the main interests. 3 bills that passed that we're very pleased about. One made changes to the unemployment compensation law. I believe small business people have felt for a long time that it was geared too much for the employee when you had an employee that you needed to terminate for cause. So I think those changes are very positive. Another bill dealt with impact fees, and it changed the burden of proof when a impact fee was being contested, and is more favorable to the people contesting the impact fees. The third bill that passed that's very significant has to deal with growth management. Large developers have complained for many years that the permitting process in Alabama and Georgia may take 3 months for a big project, and it could take 2.5 or 3 years in Florida for a similar type project. It makes it very difficult to compete for jobs when the permitting process is so lengthy. So I think this bill will do a lot because it puts a lot of the decision back on local governments. And local governments and regions, I think, are responsive to development and to job creation. And so we're hopeful that that bill will have the desired effect. One thing we've noticed is that there are a lot of local ordinances that are different. And we think it makes it difficult for contractors in particular that work all over the state. So we will look at examples of that and show the problems that those different ordinances create and suggest a solution. One of the areas is in the Jessica Lunsford security check. Different school systems have different procedures. It's expensive. The contractors doing school work are totally committed to screening employees that work on school grounds, but we think there's an easier way to do it. Another thing, we've seen some wage theft ordinances. There are sufficient federal and state laws that address that problem. There was a bill that passed the House this year, did not pass the Senate. We think that's another example of uniformity is a positive thing for the business community, in particular contractors. We've seen a proliferation of geographic price preferences. We think that a state certified contractor should be able to work anywhere in the state. That's what his license allows him to do. So those are the type of things that we'll be looking at for the 2012 session.